Hello again, it's Justin, and we are going to add more information on what we discussed in the previous presentation about Government and You video. Adding more on the second question, which asked us to discuss the different branches of the US and how they are interconnected or how they regulate each other. We can say that there is legislative branch, executive branch, and judicial branch. As we know, those branches have different ways in which they complement each other, they balance and check each other. Starting to the legislative branch, we know that it is made up of the Senate, the deputies, and other representatives. This branch, we say that it is supposed to set laws, guidelines, rules of what people have to follow in the state. It means that the Senate, the deputies are the ones to set laws, guidelines, regulations of what to do and not to do. How this branch can check or regulate each other, it is how, even if they set laws, they also help in budgeting. They are the ones to budget for the country, and they are the ones to impeach officials. It is another thing that they do to complement other branches is to confirm judicial appointments. The Senate are the ones to confirm judicial appointments, and also they are the ones to review many appointments which may be made by executive department or legislative department or branch. Executive branch is more of the president, the ministers, and other governors. In this branch, the people from this branch are the one to implement and put into practices the laws which were set by the Senate from the legislative branch. The president, in order to check or balance the legislative branch or other branches in general, the president is the one to sign or refuse or veto the laws which were set by the legislative branch. Also, the president helps in nominating federal judges from other branches, and also he is the one to sign the budget, the other budget that we said which was made by the legislative branch. And also, in general, this branch, which is executive branch, is in charge to put into practices what the legislative branch has established, or veto what the legislative branch has established. Judicial branch is constructed by the courts, the Court Supreme, and it is in charge of punishing or charging those people who are not complying with the rules and regulations which were made by the legislative branch. It means that how they check and balance each other. For instance, the courts may find laws unauthorized, or they can see and evaluate and decide that the laws are not abiding by people's rights. So they can ask to reset those laws, or maybe the courts may find executive actions unauthorized. They can help in punishing or telling the executives what should have been done. In few words, those three branches help in each other, checks and balance each other in ways that one branch sets laws, another one is in charge of putting into practices those laws. The third one is in charge of maybe evaluating those laws in ways that they can see whether there is a person who is not abiding by the rules or by the regulations, so that they can punish or they can put to courts those people. So that is how, in few words, that is how those branches checks and balance each other. talking about the third question, which asked us the third party, because we had two major parties, which are Republicans and Democrats. The third party here is the Green parties. Here I tried to note different key points that I'm going to discuss in this video, and I hope you don't mind me reading some of my notes, because I don't want to give you information which I'm not sure about. Yes. A two-party system, to explain it a bit in brief words, we can say that it is considered as two major political parties which normally dominate in voting in almost every elections at every level of government. And the majority of elected officers are the members of one of the two major parties. So under a two-party system, in the US, one party holds or takes a majority in the legislature, and it is considered as the major party, while the other one is the minority party. So in few words, in the US, the majority of elected officials are either Democrats and Republicans. That is why the Democrats and Republicans are considered to be the major parties. So let's discuss more information about how those two major parties became one, like what caused them to divide by two, like what caused it to become Democrats and another one to become Republicans. Before the presidency of George Washington, before George Washington became the president, he was against political parties. He didn't understand the things about how it is good. So after the revolution, there were different disagreements between the Federalists and Anti-Federalists. The Federalist was led by Alexander Hamilton, and Anti-Federalist was led by Thomas Jefferson. They have conflicts between the nature of the government, the economy, and the foreign policy, regarding those different things. Let's talk about a few information of how their conflicts were. First of all, Alexander Hamilton wanted to start a national bank where the government could safely deposit money. They could decrease debt problems. And Thomas Jefferson was opposing this plan. Also, Alexander Hamilton wanted to suggest that the United States build a national mint. This is a thing where coins could be made or could be kept for the entire country. And also, Thomas Jefferson was opposing this idea. Alexander Hamilton also asked each individual state to start its own bank so that the national bank would not become a monopoly. He also was always interested in politics, whereas Thomas Jefferson, with the help of James Madison, they opposed Alexander's plan. They felt that the states should have more power and have their own banks instead of building other banks. They say that the US Constitution did not give this power to the Congress. So you understand that there is a conflict here. Another conflict is that Alexander wanted to pay off the national debt. The US had a debt which they owed over $81 million to lenders, including their own people. So people from the US lent money to their government, even if they were not sure that they are going to pay them back. This person, Jefferson, refused this plan. He doubted this plan because, and other politicians as well. Excuse the background, please. Because this plan would give the speculators a profit. I mean, Jefferson thought that the plan of paying off the debt would give speculators a profit. So another conflict that I can share with you is that um, Hamilton wanted to invest in industries, whereas Jefferson wanted to invest in agriculture. Jefferson believed that the future of the USA is in hands of agriculture, whereas Hamilton believed that the US can invest more in industries. He believed in industrialization. So that is how the one became federalist and another one became anti-federalist, hence major parties. Talking about the third party, which is green parties, the people from these parties are the ones who were not among the major parties. Like from green party, people in there are the ones who are not among the Republicans or Democrats. So people from green parties are in charge of studying different issues, different problems that are presented um, from those major parties. Um, Green parties are the ones to advocate for the people so as to help them solve different issues which were presented by other major parties. For instance, Green Party people are the ones to advocate for Affordable Care Act or affordable health care to many people. I mean, they invest in advocacy for people to get good health from affordable, like the health which is affordable. They also make sure the environment is safely or is protected safely. I mean, they are the ones to take care of environment. They do their best to make effort to protecting the environment, and also they are the ones to fight against industrial segregation, and also they are the ones, I mean, in general, these green parties are the ones to make efforts to do what it takes for the good or for the interest of the US citizens. So in general, we can say that both parties, I mean, minor parties and major parties have a great role in the US government. So thank you for so much for this time. Thank you for viewing this video. I hope you got information. So I'm going to add some references on in the other document so that you can read more information about how those parties became separated, the one Democrats and another one Republicans, and see how the Green Party took place in. So thank you so much.